All my life, I've been a global traveler, seeking cultures and traditions that are just as vibrant today as in times past. We're opening doors, stepping into worlds most never see, because that's where the best stories are, behind closed doors. We're sharing stories of local life and the working world, plus spending time with some of the most interesting people you'd ever want to meet. It's truly privileged access that always leaves me excited to explore more. In a land known for its cultural treasures, there's one thing Italians love even more: coffee. To help me learn more about the Italian coffee culture, I enlisted the help of Francesco and Jacqueline, coffee aficionados from Naples, who make it an integral part of their daily routine and have a near obsession for the beverage.
When I wake up, the first thought is where I go drinking the coffee. That's lifestyle for me. At the morning, going to the bar and drink a wonderful coffee.
Italians dearly love the humble coffee bean, and they consume an astounding 14 billion cups of espresso every year. Coffee is a passion that goes way beyond breakfast.
I think the coffee is very, very good. I go to office, then I drink the next coffee.
Still in the morning?
Yes.
And then
I think I drink 6-7 coffee
a day.
All day, yes.
In Italy, the basic coffee is un café, which is really espresso rather than the large American coffee. While the serving is small, what's in the cup is certainly potent and meant to be consumed quickly. Italy was introduced to coffee in the 16th century via Venice from Istanbul. It's been growing in popularity ever since, and there are a lot of fancy coffee variations around the world. But in Italy, there are a few fundamental choices, as my friend Federico explained.
Everybody has his own style of drinking coffee.
So this is espresso corto.
Corto, sì.
And then you have a espresso
lungo.
And then
macchiato. With milk. Macchiato caldo, macchiato freddo, cold or hot. And cappuccino, of course, is international. And then in tazza grande, which means in a large cup, or in tazza piccola like this, which is a small cup.
And then you have Americano.
Which is, it's not that common, for people here drinking Americano, but we can say Americano in the classical sense, big cup of, I would say, not very tasty coffee.
Regardless of which Italian coffee you choose to sample, you'll save money if you enjoy it standing at the bar instead of sitting.
In the big cities, it's different if you drink the coffee al banco, at the counter, or if you drink a coffee here. Because here you pay a little more because of the service and because of the bar is occupying a public area. So there's a tax which needs to be paid to the local authority, which is called tassa sul plateatico. So, and you pay a little amount just because you are occupying a public space. And of course you pay also the view, because inside you only see...
That's the panorama tax.
The panorama, we can say that.
There are just a few more things to consider. The first, never order a cappuccino after 11 a.m. The Italians consider it strictly a morning drink. Another is the latte. In Italian, latte means milk. Order one and you may get a glass of exactly that. And lastly, I recommend participating in suspended coffee. It's a concept where you pay for additional cups of coffee beyond your own. So later, someone less fortunate can take a ticket and enjoy a cup as well. Italy is a land of delightful people and cultural traditions that I find fascinating. I hope you too will get out and explore her many wonders. Deep in the Tuscan countryside is Castello del Trebio. These walls that once held the secret of a bold assassination plan now hold history and tasty Chiantis. But I'm here to explore the kitchen, where the master chef will put down her pans to teach me about pasta, the heart of Italian cuisine. Today we are here with Adriana, a real Italian mama, who is going to teach us how to make pasta all'uovo, which is fresh egg pasta. Andiamo?
Sì, allora, un etto di farina o 100 grammi di farina ogni uovo.
So 100 grams of flour, 1 egg. Those are the proportions. So she's made a little basin of the flour and she's adding the eggs in the middle of the basin. This will be tagliatelle.
Tagliatelle, tagliolini.
So we're making tagliatelle and tagliolini today. Of course, this base can be used to create any number of different pastas.
Bene?
So a teaspoon of salt for the 4 eggs and the 400 grams of flour.
Olio?
Oil. So poco, a little bit of olive oil.
Basta?
Basta, yeah. It's been said these much-loved pastas date to the 14th century and originated in the Emilia-Romagna region of northern Italy. So we mix it, and then she's slowly introducing the flour into the whipped eggs. Italians so love their pasta they eat an average of more than 60 pounds per person every year. So you knead this a little bit like bread, come pane.
Quasi.
Okay.
Gente sì. E si lavora 2-3 minuti, non molto per fare le tagliatelle.
It's good for your muscles, huh? While most believe pasta came to Italy with Marco Polo from China, research suggests the Etruscans and Romans were actually already cooking with it long before the adventurers' journeys.
Benissimo, sì.
Benissimo. Apparently I'm doing this quite well. Okay, so she's putting the flour in a bowl and she's putting these rolled balls of dough into the bowl, and I expect that's to let them rest for a little bit. Quanto tempo aquí?
10 minuti, un quarto d'ora.
10 or 15 minutes she lets the dough rest. Mama Adriana is 78 years young and doesn't seem to be slowing down. When making fresh pasta, she's determined to do it all by hand, just the way they used to do it. That way she keeps a better feel for the pasta and can tell more precisely when each step is complete. Italians take great pride in their cuisine, and Mamma Adriana is no exception, especially when sharing her family technique for making fresh, handmade pasta.
Fresca un giorno.
It only keeps fresh for about a day, but if you want to, you can also freeze fresh pasta. I didn't know that.
Poi la mettiamo nel freezer e allora basta anche un mese.
Then you can keep it for a month or so if you keep it in the freezer. At this point, Mamma Adriana revealed a trick I didn't see coming. This is quite an important step. She's added flour to the top and now she's rolling it in from both sides.
Ora tagliamo.
And now I see.
Facciamo prima tagliatelle.
Ah. This is tagliatelle? Oh, wow. Fantastic. Okay, that was very clever. That was very
Facciamo
clever.
anche tagliolini,
And now she's making the small tagliatelle, tagliolini. She's fast. She is really fast.
Ecco tagliolini.
Fantastic. It's like magic. Though following a master is always intimidating, I decided to give it a go. This is a dance between speed and a clean cut, a skill that's best learned with time. While I probably won't leave the Castello as an expert, I can't remember the last time I had so much fun in the kitchen. And with Mamma Adriana's gentle encouragement, success was eventually mine. Brava! Italy is a land of timeless traditions and colourful characters that I find utterly fascinating. I hope you'll go out and explore this country's many delicious culinary delights. Rome quite possibly has more beauty and history than any other place. It's a fascinating slice of the old world, with countless treasures ready to be explored. I decided to take in the city from a different and local point of view, enlisting my friend Claudio and his trusty Vespa. With a cool breeze in our face, Rome seemed to unfold before us. Meandering through this eternal city was delightful, exploring its quiet back streets and their sweet surprises. Why do you think people love the Vespa so much?
The people like because is freedom. Italia, the freedom is the first for the life.
Freedom. It really is the best word to describe the little Vespa. Combine that with its unique look and it's easy to understand why more than 18 million Vespas have been sold since its introduction in 1946. And why Italians say the Vespa is not just a scooter, but a way of life.
The Vespa, it's a very beautiful design.
Well, that's of course what Italy is famous for, great design. And the Vespa hasn't really changed.
Not changed because in any case, if the design is perfect, it's impossible to change.
Claudio wasn't kidding. The Italians won't change a design that works. In fact, the Vespa is still so loved, there's even a museum honoring its character. Brainchild of Piaggio, a retooled World War II aircraft company, the Vespa included clear aeronautical influences and an intriguing design that, when first shown to Enrico Piaggio, caused him to burst out, "Sembra una Vespa. It looks like a wasp." Many think it sounds like a wasp too. And so the name stuck and the company cobbled together a scooter, utilizing everything at hand.
The first production is only green because it's a mix for the trucks in the world. And they use the same paint.
So the Vespa was created to allow Italians to get around their cities?
Yeah. After the Second World, about all family go in the Vespa, 5 people
On this
together.
size?
Yes.
The Vespa became a hit, nimbly navigating through Italy's war-ravaged cities and countryside. Then, with the 1953 movie Roman Holiday, Rome and the Vespa captured everyone's imagination.
It's a dream, you know? Do you have the sound, zzz,
Yes.
the air condition,
Yeah.
and the very beautiful city.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
When you're driving around town on a Vespa, what does it make you feel like?
It's incredible. The Vespa, for me, is the first love.
And you love your Vespa so much. You're writing songs to it.
I compose the opera for Vespa.
You're composing an opera for your Vespa.
Yes. Attraverso Roma in Vespa. Na 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 na.
Rome is a fascinating city that will truly take your breath away. And the Vespa is just one way to explore its beauty. This is a city awash in cultural treasures and fascinating people. I hope you'll go out and enjoy its many wonders. Italy's Lake District, nestled at the foot of the Alps, is dotted with quaint villages like Como, where I met up with my friend Paola. Our goal for the day, cooking the Italian way, a journey that began with shopping. I love local markets. Not only do you find the freshest ingredients, but you also meet and mingle with some of the nicest, most genuine people. Locals who live and work in these charming places. Our dish is risotto, made with porcini mushrooms, plus a special unusual ingredient, Prosecco. So this Prosecco is not for us, it's for the rice.
Yeah, but I think we can have a glass too. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how much risotto are we making?
I think for today we can make for 4 people. So for 4 people you need 1 cup.
This one we set aside. We started by picking from our bounty of beautiful porcini mushrooms, harvested from nearby forests. From what I understand, the smaller ones are actually considered to be the most flavorful.
Smell like the soil.
Yes, yeah, I know, yeah.
The next step is to roll up your sleeves and start cleaning, since risotto con funghi porcini requires about a pound of mushrooms to serve 4 to 5 people.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, mushrooms are porous, so be sure to wash them fast and pat gently dry. Otherwise, they'll absorb water and dilute the dish. It's a lot more work than I thought.
Yeah,
So in a way, using the dried mushrooms is easier.
yeah, it's much easier, you know, because you soak them in water for about 20 minutes and then you're done.
You're done.
So now we can start cooking the mushrooms. So, you know, here there is a pan.
Okay.
We put 2 spoons of good Italian extra virgin olive oil. And then we put 2 cloves of garlic. I use the garlic to flavor the olive oil.
And this is a shallot.
Shallot, yes.
We use this?
Yes, for the risotto.
Okay, I have a special trick. Shall I show you my special trick?
Maybe I know the trick.
Maybe you know the trick.
We see, yes.
So I'm not sure if it works on a shallot. I know it works.
Because I know it works very well on onions.
Onions. Oh, you already know the trick.
Around.
Yes.
And yes, you got this.
Yeah. It's the only kitchen trick I'm really good at.
Okay. Yes, perfect. It's my trick.
Is it your trick?
Yes, the same
Wait.
one.
Trick sisters.
Yeah.
The mushrooms, sliced vertically 2 to 3 millimeters in width, or 1/8 of an inch, are then gently sautéed for approximately 3 minutes over medium heat until soft.
We can put some pepper. Okay. When you cook vegetables, you have always to add salt almost at the end. Otherwise, you know, you remove the water.
Yeah. And you know what we say?
Yeah.
If the food is too salty,
Yeah.
the chef is in love.
We say the same thing.
You say the same thing.
Il cuoco è innamorato.
Yeah. Did you put a lot of salt in there?
What do you think?
I think so.
Really in love, yeah.
Next up, 2 spoonfuls of flat leaf parsley.
This is called mezza
Mezza.
luna, half moon.
Learning about tools like this is one of the reasons I love cooking with locals. Continuing with medium heat, the parsley is slowly mixed in to blend the flavors.
Then we can start with the risotto. Butter. For risotto, you
so
start
now you use butter.
butter, yes, because the risotto is a typical dish of the north of Italy, and in north of Italy we use more butter than olive oil.
And it's special risotto rice, right?
Yes.
Short and fat.
The grains are pretty big, and this type of rice is very rich in starch. So when you cook it, it releases all the starch and makes the risotto very creamy.
As the butter becomes liquid, the shallot is added and sautéed. It'll start smelling really good now.
It's very nice. And then we add the rice. It's about almost 2 cups. Now you have to coat the rice with the butter and the shallot. And I think this is a very important step.
I was not aware of that.
In this way, you regulate the absorption of liquid of the rice during cooking.
So it doesn't become so mushy.
Yes. Now, the step of Prosecco.
The secret ingredient.
The secret ingredient.
So there's no water in this. It's
No.
all the liquids are Prosecco and
Prosecco and
vegetable stock.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you make risotto only with Prosecco, you add Prosecco now, a little bit of stock, and then you continue with Prosecco.
And the total time to cook?
Can be between 18 and 20 minutes.
Yeah. And you're using a special spoon.
Yes, the spoon, the secret is you should have a hole. When you stir it, with the hoe you don't break the grains.
Once the Prosecco has been absorbed by the rice, the stock, vegetarian or meat, is added slowly, giving it time to become one with the rice. This stage requires patience and consistent stirring, as more stock is added to ensure an even blend throughout.
If the cooking time is 20 minutes, you can do this procedure for 12, 30 minutes, and then you can taste the rice.
Yeah.
And risotto, the most important thing should be al dente. You know, al dente means to the bite. I think it's perfect. Then a piece of butter. Okay. And then the Parmesan. Okay. You see that it gets very creamy. And at this stage, if you like, we can add a little bit of pepper.
The pot is really heavy.
Yes.
And the lid is also quite special.
Yes, you see, you can read it here.
Risotto.
You can take this to the table, you turn like that, you put your pan on top and you can serve your family.
The final step is adding our beautifully prepared porcini mushrooms to the risotto. Being careful not to break them by gently folding them into the rice. And no extra Parmesan.
No.
And just like that, the risotto con funghi porcini with Prosecco is ready. I hope you'll do as I did and engage with Italy's warm, welcoming people, while sampling the best of this country's delightful cuisine for yourself. Baci is perhaps Italy's most famous kiss. Chocolate kiss, that is. Baci is a tasty piece of heaven, and each one comes wrapped in a love note. The name means kisses in Italian, and this iconic little sweet was born on Valentine's Day 1922, when the owners concocted this gem from leftover chopped hazelnuts and chocolate. Baci's recipe and logo have remained unchanged ever since. Here in the middle of the Umbrian countryside is a little piece of heaven, and Massimiliano is going to show us how to make the original kiss, chocolate kiss. So after this, I can go home and make my own kisses.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. The key ingredients are simple: cream, hazelnut chocolate, ground hazelnuts, and whole hazelnuts.
The cream is boiling with a tornilla and all the chocolate inside,
At once.
all inside.
Huh?
And we mix.
It's all melted.
There is a good part from now.
And how many kisses have you made in your life?
Many thousand batch.
Okay.
Now we return this inside.
So I could add alcohol into this if I want, into the ganache.
You can prepare another type of ganache, but don't the batch.
Then it wouldn't be the original Baci. No. Okay. At this point, the ganache is transferred into a pre-chilled pan, and we're ready to make individual Bacis.
I like have all the ganache inside there.
How many kisses will we make?
With this
Yeah.
part, 20, 25.
Okay.
Now I cut this. I make many little balls. Squeeze, open, squeeze, open. Make this. Nice. It's perfect.
Okay. Small love, little kisses.
Little kiss.
Once the tray is finished, it's off to the fridge. While the Baci is cooling, we move on to open the chocolate that will be used for the top coating. This is an important step, as it gives the chocolate a nicer sheen and a bit more of a snap when eating. Fun as it is to play with the chocolate, be careful not to allow it to cool too much. How do you know it's the right temperature?
I mix the hot part with the cold, and we use the thermometer.
And it should be
31 degrees Celsius. Look at the temperature is 31 and 3.
Yeah. Did you make chocolate when you were a little boy?
Yes, I work chocolate from, I have 30 years.
Was it your mama's recipe?
Yes,
Your
the
mama.
chocolate in every part of in my home.
So now these have been in the fridge for 15 minutes?
15, 20 minutes. Now we crash. 1, 2, 3, and we have a perfect bowl. 1, 2, 3. Remember, your hands are hot.
So not too long.
Yes. They are the perfect baci.
I guess every baci is perfect.
Yes, every. Now, the hazelnut on the top. Well, Karina, now we finish the baci with the tempering chocolate.
So you cover it.
1. Inside, I make this. The bacio perugina is ready. We turn on the plate.
You almost need 3 hands for this job. Okay.
Thankfully, this process is now automated, since demand for the iconic baci continues to climb, with Perugina Baci producing 2 million of these every single day for chocolate devotees.
Now, in every bacio perugina inside there is the love note.
On the baci you buy in the shop, the note comes in a paper that's wrapped around
Yes, but
the chocolate.
In the Perugina Chocolate School we can't use paper. We can use only different type of chocolate.
Edible paper.
It's my paper, it's your paper, white chocolate.
Okay.
And we write with dark chocolate. Like this. It's my pen.
So now we write our little love message.
Perugina Baci is but one of Italy's many tasty treasures. Sampling them should definitely be on your list. And they're perfect for sharing. Just remember to distribute your kisses wisely. The sun-kissed Amalfi Coast is famous for its iconic landscapes and architecture. But it's also home to another treasure, the rare lemons that grow along these rugged cliffs, most of which are used to make the liqueur Limoncello.
Limoncello is my very favorite digestif in the world, and now that we're here in Sorrento, the birthplace of Limoncello, at this wonderful restaurant Perucchiano with its proprietor Enzo and his fantastic chef Luigi, you're going to show us how very simple it is to make
very
limoncello.
Simple. I tell you in advance. I don't want to say that our lemons are the best in the world, but it's the truth.
In fact, Sorrento lemons often cost twice what a regular lemon would, thanks to the fruit's superior juiciness, high levels of vitamin C, near seedless quality, and its delightfully distinctive fragrance.
If you only scratch the skin and you smell,
That's the smell of Sorrento.
see, the best limoncello is done with the lemon from Sorrento. So you need 7 lemons, 1 liter of alcohol.
And it can be any alcohol?
The highest you find. 700 grams of sugar.
So 100 grams of sugar for each
lemon.
Right.
And 1 liter of water. So now we have to peel the lemon. Only, it's very important, the very first skin of the lemon, only the yellow one.
Not the rind, not the white
not
part.
at all.
No.
Bravo, chef.
You've made a lot of limoncello in your life.
We put now the skin in the alcohol.
So you make an infusion. You infuse the alcohol with
right.
lemon skin. Can you use vodka?
Well,
It
probably.
could. It's a different kind. It's a vodka cello.
will be different.
At this point, the concoction is left to set at room temperature. But since everyone in Sorrento has their own family recipe, the time it takes to let nature take its course can vary from 2 days to years.
When it's ready, the infusion, We take off the skin, we filter.
To make sure it's clean.
It's clean, you know. And then we boil the water, 1 liter of water with 700 grams of sugar in the pot.
Boil it for a long time or just until
Just
the sugar
when
melts?
it boil and, you know, you turn the water till the sugar melts, sugar syrup. Then you wait till it's cold, you filter.
You filter that as well. And why do you filter that?
Because you can always get a little sugar, which is not, because it's a lot, 700 gram for 1 liter of water. It can always stay a little deposit.
Lumpy.
Sì. We mix then the syrup, the alcohol, and the limoncello, it's done.
That's it. And then you just transfer it to...
Ready to drink.
That's it? So
That's
basically you can make limoncello in 2 days.
2 days, sì.
The finished limoncello is stored in the freezer and served very cold. It's a delightful taste you really shouldn't miss when you're in Italy or at home. Join us again here on Viking.TV as we open more doors around the world on our quest to explore the planet's most fascinating cultures and delightful traditions.